I'm going to explain a Korean movie called Commitment, released in 2013. This gripping film tells the story of a young man trained as a spy and sent on a life-threatening mission. He must navigate through betrayal and violence to secure their future. Our story begins with Myung-hoon, a highly trained operative from North Korea. His mission? Infiltrate the South under the guise of an ordinary high schooler. Daeho's new life began at a school in South Korea, blending in with the students as part of his cover. The first person he meets is a girl named Hye-in, a kind-hearted classmate with a name that strikes a chord. The connection is instant, but Dae-ho knows better than to let emotions cloud his mission. No sooner has he sat down than a group of bullies decide to pick on the new guy. They drag him to the roof after he dares to push one of them away. The leader of the pack punches Dae-ho, but the young spy barely flinches. Years of training have hardened him, and even as his lip bleeds, he remains unfazed. The bullies, noticing his muscular build, assume he's just another gym rat. They rifle through his wallet, finding cash and a precious photo of his family, his sister and his late father. Dae-ho warns them to take the money and leave the photo, but when they don't, he calmly retrieves the picture himself, clenching his fists as he prepares for what might come next. Before things escalate, the teacher arrives on the roof and orders everyone back to class. Dae-ho, seething with restrained anger, opts to blow off steam on the basketball courts, reminding himself that a fight would risk his mission and blow his cover. Back in class, the teacher, oblivious to what had just happened, continues his routine, whacking students playfully with a wooden stick. But Dae-ho's patience is wearing thin. Later, the bullies target Hye-in, forcing her and Dae-ho to clean the classroom after school. The next day, they up the ante, harassing Hye-in once more. Though Dae-ho seethes with anger, he knows he must maintain his cover. He helps Hye-in pick up the trash her tormentors throw at her, all while enduring their taunts. The bullies aren't done with her yet. They corner her in a private office, stealing an envelope of money meant for her ballet lessons and tearing her shirt in the process. This time, Dae-ho decides they've gone too far. He tracks them down and unleashes a fury they never saw coming, breaking bones and sending a clear message that he is not to be messed with. The next day, Hye-in is absent from school, and Dae-ho notices. Meanwhile, the teacher, still on his power trip, walks around the class with his stick. When he approaches Dae-ho, about to give him a playful tap, the young spy's instincts kick in. He grabs the teacher's arm in a flash, then quickly releases him, realizing he's overstepped. The teacher, embarrassed, tries to compliment Dae-ho's reflexes to cover up the awkwardness. During lunch, the bullies huddle in the cafeteria, their wounds still fresh from Dae-ho's retaliation. They plot their revenge but fall silent as Dae-ho approaches. He calmly asks their leader where Hye-in works, his tone sending chills down their spines. Later, Dae-ho requests to leave school early, citing a headache. The teacher, still rattled from their earlier encounter, is more than happy to let him go. That same day, Dae-ho receives his first mission: track down an assassin who has been eliminating members of Unit 8, the same organization Dae-ho serves. His first target is a man running a small boxing gym. Dae-ho easily overpowers him, shooting him in the leg when he refuses to cooperate. The fight escalates, but Dae-ho's skills are unmatched, and he finishes the man with a lethal blow. His next stop is a butcher shop, where the butcher, initially more cooperative, also tries to turn on him. Dae-ho swiftly deals with him and obtains crucial information. Soon, Dae-ho spots the assassin's car and gives chase. A few well-aimed shots take out a tire, causing the car to crash. Dae-ho approaches, ready to end the assassin's life, but realizes the scene is too public. Too many eyes, too many cameras. He retreats, knowing this battle isn't over yet. A few nights later, the assassin finds Dae-ho at his new hideout. The two engage in a brutal fight, destroying the house in the process. But Dae-ho's superior training prevails. He disarms the assassin, then uses his own knife to finish him off. Knowing the police will soon be on the scene, Dae-ho stages the house to look like an accident, blowing it up and disappearing into the night. As Dae-ho sets up a new base, he receives a call from the colonel who trained him. His next mission: take down members of Sector 35, a rival faction from North Korea. Dae-ho carries out the orders flawlessly, stealing a fortune in diamonds in the process. Meanwhile, political tides are shifting. With Kim Jong-il on his deathbed, the North Korean government is preparing for a power transition to Kim Jong-un. In a secret meeting, they offer China and South Korea the names of Unit 8 operatives in exchange for their support. Dae-ho is ordered back to North Korea, but he quickly realizes it's a trap. The man assigned to bring him home tries to kill him, but Dae-ho manages to fight him off. Realizing he can never return to the north, Dae-ho seeks refuge with Hye-in, who takes him in without knowing the full extent of his situation. That night, she watches the news and learns the truth. Dae-ho is a spy. The next morning, the colonel calls again, revealing that he has Dae-ho's sister. He proposes a trade, the diamonds for her life. Knowing it's a trap, Dae-ho contacts a detective, leaving the call open so the police can trace it. He then heads to the colonel's location and reveals the diamonds. In a swift move, he tosses the diamonds into the air to divert attention, giving him a chance to start shooting. Though he manages to take out several enemies, he is also hit by their return fire. Dae-ho frees Hye-in, but they quickly find themselves surrounded. To escape, he throws a bag full of explosives near some gas containers, triggering a massive explosion. As they try to flee, a remaining agent grabs Dae-ho. Dae-ho tells Hye-in to run, while the colonel approaches and tries to shoot him. Quick thinking, Dae-ho uses the agent holding him as a shield and grabs a gun, just as the police detective arrives on the scene. The three men find themselves in a tense standoff. Dae-ho realizes his fate is either death or prison. The young spy tells the detective that he has to end this and shoots the colonel, who also manages to shoot him. Badly wounded, Dae-ho is in dire condition. The detective and Hye-in rush him to a car, attempting to get him to a hospital, but time runs out and Dae-ho dies on the way. Understanding why her best friend did everything he did, Hye-in decides to become a foster sister to Dae-ho's little sister, the other Hye-in. Though Dae-ho is gone, his sister will be cared for by the only person he trusted. Don't miss out on our latest recaps. Hit that subscribe button right now and ring the notification bell so you're always first in line for our newest videos.